Alright guys, well, gonna try this YouTube video thing again. I don't do it very often. I've tried a couple of times, but we're gonna do another EDC video since quite a few things have actually changed since the last one I did, which was over a year ago. So, for anybody who has seen my video, which I doubt is very many of you, I actually made another video about a year ago. It said Poor Man's EDC, right? Well, I'm still a poor man, but I've found ways to get around that kind of and get better gear and things of that nature. So we are going to start with what I keep on my person, in my pockets, wrists, things of that nature, and then we're going to move on to what I keep in my bag, which I don't carry at work because I have most of this at work already. This is just what I carry more on like the weekends or the evenings or after work. So we're going to start off with, like I said, what goes on me, and then we're going to move on from there. So it's actually pretty, so we'll just get started then. So, one of my most important things that I like to keep on me right now, because I have a 2-year-old, and I mean, 100 other reasons. Sorry about that, guys. 100 other reasons is handkerchief. Handkerchief or bandana or whatever you want to call them. They're great for wiping up dirty mouths, wiping noses, wrapping things up, as long as they're clean, obviously. Just all kinds of different things. So I always carry something like this. I even carry one in uniform usually in this pocket right here. I have one in my car. I keep one in my jeans when so it's just, I never go anywhere with that one generally. And the amount of times it's come in handy is absolutely ridiculous. You wouldn't think it would, but it does. So we're going to move on to my next one, which is another really important one. Is, oh, sorry about that, my Zippo. Now, this Zippo was just a regular cheapo Zippo. It's a B series. So, as you can see, it's not like one of the high-end Zippos or anything. But I really like it. It's worn, served me well for a long time. Just replaced the flints and the gas, and honestly, it's so much cheaper than buying Bic lighters all the time and all that kind of thing. So, I mean, I love it. It works great. I've had it for a few years, like years now. So, here's another really important thing, especially with my job. You'll find this is a recurring thing for me. Is I like light, some kind of light. So, this goes back to my poor man's EDC. But I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This has no model, no name, or no anything. I picked it up from a company, which I think they changed their name. They used to be known as Dark Angel Tactical, and they had this little kit with a couple of things in it, like a tactical pen with a glass breaker, things like that. The pen I can't find refills for, so I don't really carry it anymore. But this thing is amazing. So I think it was probably around $6 for this. It's got a fully adjustable diode for the lens. It's got 3 settings: bright, medium, for some reason it messed up. It's bright, flash. Why won't you do it? I think my batteries are dying. Sorry about that. But it's got 3 different modes. It's about 350 lumens, which is perfect. You really don't. I don't need anything more than that. So, and it's pretty sturdy. Like, it's all aluminum case. It's got a nice little bezel on it, so your lens is. It's not really a striking bezel for like a tool like this. I mean, it could be, but I mean, I don't really. I mean, the bezel itself, if you look, isn't. I mean, it's not really anything large enough to be a striking instrument. I guess in emergency cases it could be, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I love this flashlight. It works great. We'll move on to so this is my wallet. I'm obviously not going to open it up. Not that I have anything too important in there, but it's really dark. For some reason it shows up on camera really dark. But this wallet is made by Relic, if I remember right. It's very, 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 very old, as you can see. It's served me well for many, many years. It's starting to fall apart. It's got holes in the seams here. Used to be a little extra flap here. Not there anymore now. But I love the feel of patinaed leather, and that's real leather, and it's definitely patinaed. It's been around the block a few times. But I love this wallet. It's fairly thin. It's not as thin as I would like, but I don't know, kind of traditionalist, so I find it hard to get rid of things that I'm kind of attached to, like my wallet. My wife yells at me all the time. She's like, "Go buy new crap." I'm like, "No, I'm good." So we're gonna move on to the next piece. The only piece of jewelry apart from my wedding band I wear. So this is a remembrance bracelet of a very good friend of mine who passed away recently, but I wear it every day. It's fairly brand new, so as you can see, it's not really scratched up or anything yet. But yeah, I wear this every day, pretty much with everything I do. It's actually extremely comfortable too for just being a little aluminum band, but it's pretty good. Like I said, it's nothing really special. I just wear it every day. So we'll move on. Wedding ring, another piece of jewelry. I guess we'll move on. So this is the other piece of jewelry, right? It is a titanium band with a wood inlay. My wife got me for, I don't remember what it was. She got it for me for something, and she was like, "Oh, you need a new wedding ring." And I was like, "No, I don't." She's just like, "Yes, you do." So she bought me a new wedding ring. Really light, really comfortable. The only thing is, I think the black anodization on it is kind of weak, because if you look real close where the light kind of shines. Sorry about the quality, guys. I don't really have any, like, good cameras to do this on, so I'm kind of trying my best here. But yeah, it's started to wear off around, like, the edges and things like that here, so. Alrighty, what do we want to do next? Oh, headphones. So I don't carry these every day, because, like, at work I can't wear them, really. But I would, like, pretty much any other time I'm not at work, I have them on me. They are just, honestly, these things were like, I think, $12 for Bluetooth headphones, and they are JVC. I love them. I've actually washed these, and they still work, like, perfectly. They have, you can change out the little ear bud pieces if your ears are wider or smaller or whatever it is. You've got you've got a play button, you've got adjustable volume, and you've got your power switch right here. And I like how the cord isn't super long, so like some of them are, they hang all the way like down. Whenever you have them in your ears, these are perfect. And for like $12, I really can't complain. It's my first set of Bluetooth headphones, so I quite like them. I don't see a reason to need to buy like the Beats Audio ones or anything like that. I mean, if they work, they work. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, car keys, right? So my car keys, I actually need a better organizing system right now, but my car keys are a mess. So I've got one of the tags on here. It's just a Velcro tab with a little like carabiner type deal on it. I've got all my house keys, my King Soopers key, or King Soopers savings card, my Volkswagen fob. Yeah, right, pretty cool. And then I have my Ram fob. And then this is another little thing. Like I said, I like to have light everywhere, so it's perfect for, like, if you get back to the house late, which I kind of do a lot with work sometimes. It's perfect for just trying to see the lock or whatever, and it's got a little locking tab on it to keep it on. And then this little Craftsman deal right here, it's like a miniature screwdriver for flatheads. It's got 4 different sizes. I used to use it a lot. I've found that as of lately I haven't needed it that much, so I may end up taking it off, but I mean, it doesn't really take up that much space. And if you see, my keys are already a ridiculous mess as it is, so I gotta figure something out with that. Moving on. Oh, cell phone, I guess. I usually don't show my cell phone because I'm usually using it to do the video. So this is my Galaxy, was it J7? Or G7 or something like that. I'm not really a phone guy. My wife said it's not a very good phone because I keep breaking phones, so it's just your base model smartphone. But you'll also find I put stickers on everything. If I have stickers, I put it on there, so you'll see a recurring theme there. I got given this from a bunch of buddies that when I used to live in California, there was a gun shop where I used to live called Right to Bear in Alpine, California. And they go to SHOT Show every year, and they gave me these stickers, and I absolutely love these PMAG stickers. I wish I had more of them. You'll see one more on my coffee cup as we get there and things like that. But I love this sticker. I wish I had more of them. They're so cool. I just love the way they look. But yeah, so that's my phone. Another thing every single day, actually I think it's more important than my phone is my notebook, which is just a little Right in the Rain all weather notebook. They're pretty cheap. They're like $4 or $5, and they hold up really well because they have kind of like this fake pleather leather backing type thing. It's kind of like a leather backing, but it's not. It's whatever it is. It's like a cardboard leather type deal, but they hold together real well. They do Right in the Rain if you have a Right in the Rain pen, but I don't. I just bought it because it's more for if they spill on here, I don't lose my notes. I'm not so much worried about writing in the rain, if that makes sense. And I use it for, as you can see, my kids. My kid, she loves to, it's great for that, kids want to doodle or whatever. I write a bunch of important stuff down in here. I write phone numbers, just, if there's an empty page and I need something written down, I throw it in there. And when I get really bored, let's see if I can find it actually. I'm a wannabe aspiring knife maker with little to no tools and little to no expertise. So at this point, I just draw blade shapes. So, like that. So that's why it's always good, because it's good for ideas, it's good for notes, it's good for important information, just anything you can think of. Notebook is your best friend. Notebook and a pen. It doesn't need to be a fancy pen or anything like that. Like you'll see. I carry this pen around simply because I found it, and I actually really like the way it looks. It's got this little, it's pretty cool because it's the only pen I've ever seen that actually has like a flexi, like spring-loaded pen clip, and it's a twisty pen. I quite like the way it looks. I don't know why. It's pretty hefty, and I like my pens to be hefty because when I keep them in my pockets or wherever I put them, I like to know that it's there, or else I forget pens. Like I've only ever had 2 pens that I never lost, and it was this one and my tactical pen. But like I said, I can't find refills for that, so I don't use it. But yeah, I love this pen. Super simple. Oh, excuse me. Super simple, really easy. Really no real problems with it at all. I just, until I have to find refills, and then I'm sure I'll go back to using like a Grappo like Bic or whatever. But until then, I will be using this monstrosity of a giant shiny pen. But yeah, I like it. So we're almost to the end of what I carry on me every day. So we have, this is probably the only item I have that isn't super cheap. Well, not super cheap, but it isn't really cheap, and it's because my wife loves me very much. And I don't wear it every day. I only wear it whenever. I have another watch for every day, but this is the one I wear when I'm off or unless I'm working, like doing some kind of manual labor, I wear it. And this is, it's going to be kind of hard to see because it's black, but this is a Citizen EcoDrive. And it's the black face model with the nylon bands, and it's super comfortable. It's got the 22-inch nylon band on it. It's got a really nice satin black type finish on the outside. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't really have any good lighting right now. I don't really have a good place to do videos, so I'm kind of just going by ear here. But yeah, I love this watch. It's absolutely fantastic. I think my only complaint with it is the band itself is kind of not as malleable as I'd like. It gets kind of, the watch sits on my wrist either like, I like it to sit flat in the center, and it kind of sits either canted in one way or the other because the band isn't quite as bendy. But once you get used to wearing it, you barely notice it. But I love this watch. I absolutely do. My wife gets mad because I don't wear it enough, but I also don't want to mess it up. 2 more items. So this is my CRKT. Oh, sorry about that. We'll put it this way. This is it's a Ken Onion design. It's the Hootenanny. It's got the really nice bearing system. CRKT came out with this last year. Super nice, great cutting edge. It's, oh goodness, what is the blade steel? I'm sorry, I forgot what the blade steel is, guys. I think it was what was it? I'll put it down in the comments. I gotta look it up again, because it doesn't actually say it like anywhere on the blade steel, or the blade, but it holds a really nice edge. It's got quite a nice shine in it, whatever it is. It's got a lot of stainless steel type in it. The only thing I've noticed with it is the lockup is really good and everything, but the only thing I've noticed is the pivot face, I guess you could say, because it's not really a screw, because you've got the screw on this side. The pivot face has worn a lot in my pocket, where the rest of the anodization on, I'm assuming, is aluminum. Everywhere else is actually quite well maintained, but just the pivot face itself, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's definitely worn down a bit. I don't mind it. It's a complaint. That and then the handle scales. These part of this handle scales could definitely use a little bit. It looks textured and it actually looks like fiberglass, but it's not. Or no, sorry, not fiberglass, carbon fiber, but it's not. It's just a slick plastic. And there's a nice bit of jimping here, right on the back spine here, and then there's a little rubber or plastic spacer right here. But honestly, you don't get like any grip from that whatsoever. But the jimping right here is actually quite nice. It's pretty. It doesn't look that deep, but it actually grips quite nicely, and it's a very comfortable knife to use. It took me a while to figure this out. You've got jimping also here for it, so you can get a nice upward grip for carving. But say you're doing push carving, because I saw the jimping on the back of the blade here too, and I was like, why would you ever need that? You're doing push carving, and you need that extra power. It's great. I love it. It's a good little everyday type bushcraft meets everyday use type of knife. The only thing is it's kind of a scary looking shape. And I'm not saying, oh, I love CRKT or anything, because I'm actually not a CRKT fanboy. Columbia, they make decent knives, but I've never been a huge fan of theirs. But this, I have to admit, I really like this knife. It feels a lot different than some of their older models did. Yeah, I used to be a Spyderco guy. Well, I'm still a Spyderco guy, but on my move from California to Colorado, which, by the way, that's where I live now, on my move, I had my Spyderco in my pocket, and we did 16 and a half hours straight of driving, and from point A to point B, my Spyderco disappeared. And I still can't find it. I'm assuming it's around somewhere, but I don't know. So, but that's the knife. It's super smooth, by the way. I don't know if I actually showed it on camera, but super smooth. It's not assisted, it's just bearings. But yeah, super smooth. I love it. Last on me every day, which technically it's not on me every day, but it is with me every day. So it is my Hydro Flask. Now, I can't remember how many ounces this one is. I think it's like the second to largest one. And as you can see, I like my stickers. I got the green one because I was going to get the seafoam green one, or the turquoise type color one. Love that one, but I was afraid that my wife would steal it from me. So, judge me if you will, I like that color. Yeah, this thing is awesome. It's kind of dinged up. As you can see, I've got my USMC flag on there because I miss it. And, my home state flag because I'm back home now. Gorilla Ammunition sticker, VZ Grips, Stone Beer, which if you guys have never tried Stone Beer, I would try and look for it. They actually sell it here in Colorado, which I had no idea because it's a California microbrewery. But they make really, really, really good beer, especially IPAs, but that's just for another time. My Infidel sticker because I had to. And this is a local, this right here is a local gun store. They have great prices, great people. It's just I don't have a gun right now because I'm too damn broke to afford one. So it is what it is, you know. But anyways, so I carry this with me every day. It keeps ice for hours and hours and hours. It's amazing. It's almost indestructible. I've probably dropped this thing like 30, 40 times. It's got a few dents, but no breaks, no cap destruction, nothing like that. These things are awesome. So yeah, I would definitely. I know they're kind of expensive, but I would invest in it because I know I did, and I'm super pleased with what. Like, I think this one cost me $30, if I remember right, 25, 30. I'm not gonna be drinking that because my daughter's had her hand in there again. Kids. But anyways, yeah, great investment. Let's see, make sure I'm not forgetting anything before we move on. Oh, one more item. Now, I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this if anybody actually watches this video, but I carry Copenhagen Mint every day. Well, a Copenhagen product every day. I'm a dipper, have been for a long time now. I mean, I don't have much to say about it. It's not the nicest or healthiest thing you could do, but it is what it is. Everybody has their demons, I suppose. Well, this is mine, or not their demons. What? Their vices. There we go. Their vices. But yeah. So this is mine, and that is everything I carry on me almost daily. Obviously, the watch, like I said, is still daily, but it's not like work daily. But everything else pretty much daily. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on to what I carry in this bag now. I'm gonna try and get this in frame. I don't know. This was actually a gift from my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law. He gave this to me, and it's kind of beat up, and I don't mind that because it works just fine still. It's got a pocket in the back for a Camelback bladder. It's got a nice little front pocket here, a bunch of little places to put things in a nice, decent-sized big pocket. It's not too big, it's not too small, because I don't like carrying giant bags around, but I can fit like my kid stuff, and we'll get through what I put in there. But yeah, it's a good little bag, and it's pretty comfortable to wear. The only thing is the straps are a little skinny for like super long times of wearing it, depending on where you're going, but it's not bad. It's definitely not something you can't get over. But yeah, so I'm going to be showing you everything that goes in here, or on here, as you can see. I keep a lock just because you never know when you need one. I found that there's times where locks come in handy, like for no reason. You can use them for all kind of things. But yeah, so we're going to move on. Oh, let's see, okay, so we're going to start off with probably one of my most important things that I carry, and that is a tourniquet. Now, it's just your standard tourniquet. I'm not going to undo it. Most of y'all should know how to do it. It's just a windlass tourniquet. I used to have a couple of these. I gave one to my wife. I gave one to my mother-in-law. I figure chances are out in the civilian world, the only time you're going to need a tourniquet is for maybe a car accident or something, and chances are you're not going to need more than one. And if you do, you can generally find something you can use as a makeshift tourniquet until you can apply the needed pressure with the actual tourniquet and just work your way up the limb, obviously. If you guys know anything about applying tourniquets, if you do or don't, it's whatever. But yeah, I carry this with me every day. Thank God I've never actually had to use it, but it's nice to have. I would rather have it than not. The only thing is that this isn't the one I wish I had, but the ones that I want are kind of expensive, and it's the H-band tourniquets, and I really would like to get one of those, but they're kind of expensive, and like I said, I got these for free, so use them while you got them, you know what I mean? But they work just fine. There's no downsides or anything to these. It's just the other ones they're easier to pack, they're smaller, they're kind of quicker to operate than these, but for the most part, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have a tourniquet somewhere, you don't have to, but I would suggest most people carry a tourniquet, but that's just me. So we're going to move on to our next item, which some of you guys might kind of laugh at, but I'm going to do these in a pair because it's basically the same thing. So I carry a power brick. Now, this is a IO Gear, if I remember right. Now it's really low on power, as you can see, but this thing was, I think it's got like, oh goodness, I've had this thing for so long I can't remember, but it's got a USB so you can charge it, and then two outgoing ports for your individual charging. You can charge two at a time if you want, or just one at a time, depending on. One is a 5V 1A output and a 5V 2.1A output, which I'm not an electronic guy, so I don't really know what the difference is, but you don't really notice. But yeah, it's a great little power brick. It's kind of heavy, but it's also sturdy. I've had this thing for quite a few years now. Still works. It's great. Probably should wrap it in some tape or something because it's starting to get pretty banged up. I'd rather a little bit of shock absorption, I guess, but no, it's not bad at all. So yeah, and then with that goes just a regular. I have a bunch of these Samsung fast chargers or whatever they're called. These like doohickeys that for Samsung phones they charge them faster. So I always keep those on me because obviously I have a Samsung phone, and then I keep a little charging cord because I mean, if I'm out and about at work or whatever and I'm charging my phone, I don't really need to be on it while it's charging, so I'll just put it somewhere and charge, or I'll be charging this, so I always keep this on me too, because you never know. I mean, this may die, you may have a wall port, whatever. That's always good to have, especially whenever my wife's trying to get a hold of me or work's trying to get a hold of me or whatever. I found that it comes in handy to have. So we'll move on to the next one. I'm sure you guys carry like something similar. Power bricks are very common. Let's see. Oh, so we'll move on to some smaller pieces. So I carry another flashlight. This is just a simple toggle back flashlight. It's just spin the little bezel. It's like 100 lumens. Cost me like $2 at Tractor Supply, which if any of y'all know where Tractor Supply is, it's a great store. It's just a Junko flashlight, but it works, and I like to have an extra one on me if my main one doesn't go out, because my little keychain one, like, it's bright, but it doesn't create like a very big beam. This one creates a decent sized beam if I need it. And then this one, I always carry with me. I don't know why. I just put it in my bag. I used to carry it when I was working over at PMO while I was in the Marine Corps, because you could check people's IDs for it. Or it's a as you can see, it's an IR light. And what you can do is check people's IDs, because a lot of people don't know this, but there's actually a pattern on the inside of the ID. I would show you mine, but obviously I'm not going to do that. But there's a pattern on the inside of the ID whenever it shows, which gets shined on? When light gets shone on it, it's like for the California license, it's a bear that glows. So every state has a trick like that for their licenses, so it's great for like stuff like that. So just to see if it was a fake ID or whatever, stuff like that, because you'd be surprised the kind of shit that Marines do. But by the way, to any Marines watching this video, which I doubt there's gonna be, but to any Marines, this is November 10th. Happy birthday, 242 years old and still kicking. I am out right now, but yeah, kind of miss it. You guys are awesome. I'll always be a Marine. I'm not done yet, but I just remember I should probably say something about that for this video. So here's another thing I carry. Actually, we'll get on to this later, because that's kind of cool, and I don't want to bore you guys forever. So then we've got these. Now, these are called Exo gloves. They're ironclad Exos. I have a pair of mechanic gloves I use for work, and then I have these. These things are great. They're not very warm. They're definitely not warm weather gloves, but they fit super tight, which I like. I don't like having wobbly bits on the fingers. But the other thing is, I don't know if you can see it, because it's kind of, see that patterning right there? That patterning is super sticky. I mean, it works great. You can, even completely soaking wet, you can grip onto things. It's really good stuff. It's got a nice little Velcro latch that goes above the wrist, not below. And you've also got some patterning up on the upside of the thumb, so depending on like how you're carrying or using whatever. But it's a great set of gloves, and they're super cheap. They're like $18, I think. Which mechanics gloves are like $25. Which I had. The only reason I bought these is because I couldn't. My wife or my daughter still haven't decided who lost one of my gloves, and then I found out after I bought these. So now I keep one set in my bag, and I keep one set for work. So yeah. But yeah, these are really good gloves for like $18-20, and they're cheaper, and I almost like them more. That's why I use them in my regular bag, because my mechanic gloves are work gloves, and I mean, if they fall apart, they fall apart. So, and then coffee cup. Can't forget coffee cup. So I drink coffee almost every morning, depending on. So this is just a regular. They call it a buffalo cup. And this thing is amazing, believe it or not. It's super, super good at keeping stuff cold and warm. I've used it for both. Can't remember the exact hours on it, but I do remember it. Like, it's great. It's obviously been through hell and back. It's beaten up. Had it for like 2 years now, I think. And I put a bunch of I like stickers and things. Like, I love that sticker too. Another 10 years of PMAG sticker, but yeah, I put stickers on everything. So it's just a regular coffee cup, but it keeps stuff cold and hot, which is kind of a nice thing, depending on what your day's like. Sometimes you want cold coffee, sometimes you want hot coffee, sometimes you don't want coffee at all, and then you don't have to put like a bunch of crap in your water bottle that will make it taste funny or whatever, you know what I mean? We'll go for this. So this little box, this has little rubber gaskets in it, and it's perfect for carrying stuff like this. Now, I couldn't tell you what model or anything this is. I kind of inherited this camera. It's an older Nikon camera. But, I mean, it still works great. It's actually dead right now. I need to charge it. I haven't used it in a while. It's a little Nikon. It's got a decent little... It's got I can't remember how to use. Honestly, I just inherited it and I use it a lot for like if I'm out on the road or I'm driving somewhere and if I can get it out quick enough without using my phone, I try and take like a nice picture of it because I like taking pictures. If you guys have ever seen my Instagram, you'll see, which I'm sure you guys haven't because I don't have a lot of followers, but my Instagram, it's all about like pictures. I've got scenery pictures, I've got knife pictures, I've got gun pictures, I've got family pictures of me and my daughter. I've got all kinds of stuff on there, but I love taking photos. I've got a lot of car pictures too. Basically, it's a lot of things that men, as it's a very, I don't want to say men because it's kind of sexist, but it's definitely more geared towards like what men like, or what it's more geared towards what I like. But yeah, so. But yeah, it keeps in this little box with that rubber grommet, and it's great for just weather sealing. It is actually waterproof, and it's kind of shockproof. I've dropped this thing like quite a few times, and it's cool because you got like a couple little lanyard deals, so if you need to, you could hang it off your bag and stuff like that. The only thing I wish it had was some kind of like little lock system, but I mean, I keep it in my bag, and it's just my camera, so I'm not too worried about it. Generally, my bag's on me. If it's not on me, it's within my reach or my eyesight, so it's not a big deal. Great box. Pretty cool little camera. It's older, but it still works really well. I have another camera, but I don't EDC it because it's kind of expensive. My wife bought that. All of my expensive stuff that I have ever owned, my wife bought for me because she loves me, apparently. So, we're going to move on. We have a couple more items. We're going to move on to the boring items I didn't even think about. These I carry every day. These are diapers. Number 5s. My daughter. Not cool, but okay, so I'm going to tell you guys an interesting little fact about these. These clean up oil spills. They clean up like, I've had people spill spitters in my car. I don't know if you guys know what a spitter is. It's kind of gross. It's where you spit your tobacco. I've had to use these for wiping my... Now, obviously, these are clean diapers, so keep that in mind. I've wiped my daughter's face off with them. I've wiped stuff off her hands when she gets all sticky. Diapers are, I mean, honestly, I'll probably carry diapers after my daughter is out of diapers because they're super useful. I mean, they're kind of like the do-it-all. It's like duct tape, really. Like, you can do so much with diapers. Judge me if you will. I like it. And obviously, I use them for changing my kid because that would be weird if I didn't. But yeah, and the other thing is, which I carried with me before I had a kid, so it's kind of, the irony is there, was a pack of baby wipes. This is obviously almost dead pack of baby wipes because I go through them like candy, but baby wipes are great. Wash your hands, wipe your face, do whatever, wipe your kid's butt, obviously. But yeah, I always carried baby wipes before. It was a habit from when I was in the Marine Corps because we used to use, if we were out on field exercises and we didn't have showers or whatever, we would use baby wipes and scented baby wipes at that because scented is better. But yeah, we'll move on. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, only 2 items left, and then we're pretty much drawing to the end of the video here. So this is the Leatherman OHT. Now, I didn't buy this. I found this about a year ago, and honestly, I've never had a reason to use it, but I keep it with me because I feel like it's a good thing. It has the removable wire stripper jaws, or these aren't the wire stripper jaws, but you can put wire stripper jaws in there. I don't remember which ones these are. I think these are just the regular crimp jaws. But it's got the sliding pliers, as you can see. It's got the sliding motion pliers, which it's kind of difficult sometimes. They're not the easiest things to use sometimes, but yeah. It's a pretty nice little set. I like the actual pliers. They're very sharp needle nose, and they actually come to a pretty decent point, so you can get it in where you need to pretty well. Like I said, I've never really used it. Like, I've used it at the house for like little stuff, but when I'm out and about, I've never used it. But yeah, I keep it with me just in case, because you never know. Then you've got like a little flathead dual scraper. You could probably use it as another little one, which I don't know if you can see that. Hold on, let me put this down, sorry. So you got like the flatter scraper, and this one's almost like a pry as well. You could probably use it as a flathead. And then you've got this blade, which is actually a pretty decent blade. It's a little bit under, I actually need to sharpen it quite a bit, but the lengthwise is kind of awkward for the size of this handle, but it's not a bad little blade. It stays fairly sharp once you do sharpen it. Like I said, I use it around the house for like goofy stuff, so it goes blunt. But I've never used it. So, and then you've got, let me close that up. On this side, you've got another little. It's not really a saw blade. It's just a regular serrated blade. But I've actually never had to use a serrated blade. I don't usually carry serrated blade knives because I don't use them as well. Then you've got the saw blade, which this thing is actually pretty gnarly. It's a pretty decent saw. I mean, it's just a regular saw tooth cut like any other Leatherman or Gerber or anything like that. It's always the same thing. You've got a bottle opener and a can opener. Oh, sorry, bottle opener and can opener. Which there is a difference, people. There is a difference. I've had to explain that, which I didn't think I would ever have to do. You got a little. This is perfect for like actually skinning fish, or not skinning fish, opening fish up, or gutting, or wire stripping, or you've got a little flathead. Like this is actually really good for wire stripping. You just put it through there, hold this, and then pull it, and it strips all the wire off. I actually don't know what that particular tool is used for on this one. Like I said, I found out I don't have an owner's manual for it, but I know how I use it, and it worked great. And then our last little one is just a Phillips, a rather small or narrow Phillips head screwdriver. It's almost a flathead, but it's not. But I mean, it works. Everything works just fine. It's a good little for free. I certainly can't complain. And it's really not a bad little Leatherman. It's not the one I would prefer because I like more everyday type of uses for things. This is more like a field craft or type of. I don't really need something like that, but still I have it, so I use it. I mean, why buy something if you have something? You know what I mean? Then we have these are just sharpening rods. I won't take too long. They're just Lansky sharpening rods. You've got the what are these? I can't remember what the grit is on these. Or not the grit. The grit. But you have the metal rods with the coating on them. I can't remember what the grit is. I've had these forever. And then you've got your angle holes for 25 and 20. And then for this side, you've got your marble rods, which, as you can see, they're pretty heavily used. Most of my knives are pretty sharp. It's a good little set. It's not the best, but I mean, it does the job. I keep it with me. I have an actual stone that I use. But sorry, guys. Like I said, my setup's not the best right now, so bear with me, please. But yeah, so that's it. One last item, and I think we're done. So this is another thing from Tractor Supply. It is literally nothing special. It's just kind of don't mind the marker. I'm actually trying to figure out if I would kind of prefer a different blade shape because, like I said, I'm a tinkering knife maker. But since I don't have the tools, I can only kind of mess with things, so don't mind the marker. But yeah, it's a good little knife. It stays fairly sharp. It's crap steel, whatever it is. I put a little bit of paracord on the handle because I like to have some kind of Fieldcraft knife or something decent to use, but I don't like to carry it on me, so I use this thing. It's not bad. It's got probably about 10 feet of paracord on it. It's pretty comfortable grip too. It's kind of a funky tie. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do it like that, but it's kind of hard to tell. Sorry, guys. But it's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's a comfortable knife, comfortable handle. The paracord's not bad, and it's nice to always have a little bit of paracord on you. I used to be paracord nuts about stuff and like paracord everything, but I found that I don't use it enough to need it, so I started not paracording everything, and I used to wear a paracord bracelet, which occasionally if I go out hiking or whatever I do, but for the most part I don't. Oh, I almost forgot one thing, which a lot of people don't carry stuff like this. This is the Strongbolt Rage, which I actually got given this speaker. One of my buddies was going on deployment, and he's like, I need to throw all this crap out. This little speaker is stupid loud for what it is, and the charge, if you actually remember to charge it, which I seldomly do, is really good on this. Really, 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 really good on this. Runs for, I think I had it going for 6 hours before, just constant. Like hanging on my bag just like this. I don't remember why I put a lanyard on it. I did. I think I was actually using it for practice, and then I just never took it off. But yeah, it's a great little speaker. Super loud. Got it for free. I keep that on my bag. Oh, I forgot something. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. One more item. I apologize. Okay. Oh goodness. So, I wear shades every day. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I guess because they are so everyday to me. I don't even think about it. But these are the Spy Darks, and I got these for super cheap. For what they are, I love them. I'm usually an Oakley guy, but I found these. I love the frame on them. They have the happy lens, so they're kind of like a mix between polarized and non-polarized. Really comfortable. I kind of think I look good in them. My wife says I look like a goofball, but whatever. The great lenses, and the frame has got this like rubber. It's like a plastic, rubbery mix. I don't really. It's got a really weird texture to it, but I like it because it's soft on your face, and also it's very hard to like scratch the frame, as well. Which I mean I don't really care about, but it takes a lot. It's a pretty durable set of glasses, to be honest. But I love them. They're great. I wear them with a ball cap. I would show you a ball cap, but I wear a ball cap every day. It just doesn't matter which one, so I don't show you guys because it's just regular ball cap. But these are great shades. Only pair I wear. But I've got like 9 different ball caps I wear, so I don't think you guys really care. I mean, most guys wear a ball cap, or most people wear a ball cap or some kind of head gear every day. So, well, that is it for my EDC and what I consider to be my EDC for my person and what I carry in my bag. In my bag, sometimes I have my laptop or my tablet in, depending on where I'm going or what I'm doing as well. But I don't really consider that every day because I really don't take it with me every day. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and again, happy 242nd birthday to all of my brethren in the Marine Corps, or still serving in the Marine Corps, and all of my brethren and sistren, I guess I should probably add in, that are not serving anymore, and to those who have passed, like my friend, like I said earlier. And I hope y'all have a spectacular rest of your day, and I hope you guys have a great Veterans Day weekend. Please take the time to go out and thank a veteran for their service, and just have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't drink too much, and I will attempt to do another video. I will see how this one goes, but I hope you guys have a great weekend. Guy Stuff 223 signing out.